Albania. A land shaped by stone and wind, a land where mountains rise suddenly from the sea, and where history lives not only in monuments, but in landscapes, gestures, and silence. An eagle circles above sharp ridgelines, its shadow sliding across valleys carved by ancient rivers. Below, clear waters touch pale shores, sometimes sandy, sometimes rocky, always luminous. Fortresses crown hills like watchful sentinels, guarding stone cities where traditions endure, not as memory, but as daily life. Welcome to Albania, welcome to the land of eagles. Known to its people as Shkodër, this is a country that reveals itself slowly. It is shaped by contrast and continuity, by isolation and connection, by nature and resilience. Here, mountains plunge into two seas. To the west lies the Adriatic, wide, calm, and open. To the southwest, the Ionian appears deeper and wilder, its coastline fractured into cliffs, coves, and narrow bays. Despite its small size, Albania stretches along more than 400 kilometers of coastline. The beaches change constantly, from broad sandy expanses in the north to pebble shores and hidden inlets in the south. Fishing, villages, ancient ports, modern promenades, and untouched stretches of coast exist side by side, often only minutes apart. Sunlight defines this land. Many coastal areas enjoy more than 300 days of sunshine each year, filling streets, terraces, and hillsides with warmth. The climate recalls that of Greece, yet Albania retains a character entirely its own, less polished, more raw, deeply authentic. Rising abruptly from this Mediterranean brightness are the mountains. The Dinaric Alps dominate the north and interior, a rugged chain of limestone peaks, narrow passes, and deep valleys. Some summits exceed 2,700 meters, their profile sharp against the sky. Among them stands Mount Korab, the highest point in the country, where borders dissolve into vast horizons. The Albanian Alps are often called the Cursed Mountains, not for danger, but for their untamed beauty. Roads are few, villages isolated, and nature still governs daily life. Snow lingers late into spring, storms arrive without warning, and silence reigns. It is among these peaks that the two-headed eagle became a symbol of identity, a sign of vigilance, strength, and freedom. It reflects a land that has long defended its independence against far greater powers. The very name, Shkodër, means land of the eagles. Water shapes Albania as deeply as stone. Rivers descend from the mountains toward the sea, cutting canyons, nourishing plains, and sustaining life along their banks. The Vosa flows freely for more than 270 kilometers, untouched by dams or barriers. It shifts with the seasons, sometimes gentle, sometimes impetuous, one of the last wild rivers in Europe. In the east, near the border with North Macedonia, lies Lake Ohrid, one of Europe's oldest lakes. It holds over 1 million years of natural history. Its clear, cold waters shelter rare endemic species, while lakeside towns and fishing traditions continue a relationship with water that spans centuries. Albania's identity is also deeply cultural. Its language stands alone in Europe, neither Slavic, Latin, nor Germanic, but a unique branch preserving traces of ancient civilizations. Even simple gestures reveal this difference. A nod of the head means no, a shake means yes, a small reversal, yet one that reflects a long-standing independence of thought. Hospitality is instinctive here. Guests are welcomed without hesitation, often with strong coffee and generous meals. Coffee itself is a ritual. In cities and villages alike, cafes serve as meeting points, places of conversation, observation, and pause. Tirana, in particular, has one of the highest concentrations of cafes in Europe. Across hills, fields, and coastlines, thousands of concrete bunkers still dot the landscape. Built during decades of isolation, they once symbolized fear and control. Today, many have been transformed into museums, cafes, or shelters, while others remain abandoned, silent witnesses to a difficult past. Religion in Albania reflects centuries of coexistence, though the country has a Muslim majority. Orthodox and Catholic communities have long lived alongside one another in relative harmony. Mosques, churches, and cathedrals often share the same neighborhoods, forming a rare fabric of tolerance. Cities reveal layers of history rather than uniform design. Ottoman houses blend with Italian architecture. Byzantine ruins rise near modern buildings, and ancient walls remain part of everyday life. Outside major urban centers, time moves more slowly, guided by markets, rivers, and seasons. Rural Albania remains deeply tied to the land. Shepherds follow mountain paths unchanged for generations. Olive groves, vineyards, and orchards shape the countryside. Traditions are passed quietly, not preserved for display, but lived. Albania is a land of contrasts, yet these contrasts coexist. Naturally, wild and gentle, ancient and evolving, silent and expressive. It is not a country that imposes itself, it invites discovery, it rewards those who move slowly, who observe carefully, and who listens. From northern lakes and alpine passes, to ancient stone towns and wild rivers, from deep canyons to luminous coastal villages, this journey will reveal a country still deeply connected to its landscape and its memory. And now, the journey begins. Rozafa Castle. Perched on a rocky hill at the confluence of the Buna, Drin, and K rivers, Rozafa Castle rises like a sentinel from another age. Its massive stone walls, weathered by centuries, tell tales of siege and defense, while inside, shadows stretch across ancient halls and towers. Legend whispers of a woman, walled alive to keep the fortress standing, and standing there, you can almost hear her silent vigil. From the ramparts, the eye sweeps across Shkodër below, the glimmering rivers and distant mountains, an unforgettable panorama where history and landscape meet. Shkodër. Nestled beneath the castle, Shkodër is a city where past and present intertwine seamlessly. Its streets are alive with color, small cafes spill onto cobblestones, markets hum with voices, and mosques and churches coexist quietly, a symbol of Albania's rich cultural tapestry. Walking along the pedestrian avenues, one senses a city proud of its heritage yet alive with modern rhythm. From the banks of the rivers to the leafy parks, Shkodër invites visitors to explore both its vibrant daily life and its centuries-old stories. Lake Ohrid. A short journey eastward brings you to the tranquil shores of Lake Ohrid. Shared with North Macedonia, this ancient lake, over 1 million years old, mirrors the surrounding mountains with a clarity that mesmerizes. Its waters shelter rare endemic species, while fishermen glide silently in wooden boats, a practice unchanged for generations. Strolling along the lake's edge, the air smells of pine and water, and each reflection on the glassy surface feels like a passage back in time. Valbona Pass. Ascending from the valleys, the Valbona Pass opens into one of Albania's most dramatic landscapes. Steep cliffs, alpine meadows, and rushing streams create a theater of nature in constant motion. The scent of wildflowers mingles with the crisp mountain air, while shepherds tend flocks along terraced slopes. Every turn of the trail offers new vistas, peaks soaring above, rivers carving their path through the valleys, and the quiet rhythm of life high in the Albanian Alps. Theth National Park. Nestled at the heart of the Albanian Alps, Theth is a haven of untouched beauty. The village itself is a tapestry of stone houses and wooden towers, each with its own story. Trails lead to turquoise springs, cascading waterfalls, and ancient paths once used to protect families during feuds. Life here moves slowly, tending goats, harvesting hay, sharing bread and stories with neighbors. Theth is not just a park, it's a living landscape where nature and human history are inseparable, and every corner resonates with timelessness. Berat Old Town. Berat, the city of 1,000 windows, clings gracefully to the hillsides of central Albania. Its white Ottoman houses cascade down the slopes, their rows of windows forming a mosaic that seems almost alive under the changing sunlight. Walking through its cobbled streets, you pass centuries-old mosques and churches side by side, silent witnesses to a harmonious history. The castle above, perched like a crown, holds within its walls towers, churches, and narrow alleys where time feels suspended. From terraces, the Osumi River snakes below, reflecting the mountains and the sky, while life in the town unfolds gently, a blend of ancient tradition and quiet modernity. Osumi Canyon. Heading south, the Osumi Canyon reveals a wild, sculpted landscape carved over millennia. Towering limestone walls rise hundreds of meters, creating dramatic passages where waterfalls tumble and rapids roar. The river winds through narrow gorges, sometimes barely wide enough to step across, while moss and ferns cling to rocks, softening the stark verticality. Hiking through the canyon, the sense of scale is humbling. Each cliff, each curve of the river feels deliberate, as if nature itself composed a masterpiece to be explored on foot. Permit. Nestled along the banks of the Vosa River, Permit is a town of calm rhythms and natural wonders. Surrounded by rolling hills and thermal springs, it is known for its warm hospitality and connection to the land. Small streets wind past traditional houses, while nearby, hot water springs bubble from the earth, inviting relaxation and reflection. The verdant landscape of Permit is dotted with vineyards and orchards, where locals cultivate grapes, figs, and walnuts. Here, life feels measured by the seasons, from the rush of spring waters to the slow harvest in autumn. Every moment carries the intimacy of a town rooted in its environment. Gjirokastër Old Town. Perched on the slopes of the Drino Valley, Gjirokastër is a city frozen in time. Its cobblestone streets wind past stone houses with heavy wooden roofs, rising in terraces like steps toward the sky. Each home seems to tell a story of generations past, while Ottoman-era towers and Byzantine churches peek between rooftops. Walking here, you feel history brush against your shoulders, the sound of footsteps echoing along narrow alleys, the occasional greeting from locals, the subtle aroma of traditional cuisine wafting from kitchen windows. At the top, the imposing Gjirokastër Castle watches over the town and valley below, a reminder of resilience and heritage. The Blue Eye. A short journey north of Gjirokastër leads to one of Albania's most enchanting natural wonders, the Blue Eye. A spring of extraordinary clarity, it gushes from the depths with a mesmerizing turquoise hue, seemingly pulling you into its mystery. The water is cold, almost untouched, and the surrounding forest grows thick as if guarding it. Wooden bridges crisscross above the bubbling spring, inviting you to pause and listen, to the water's roar, to birds flitting between trees, and to the hush of the forest. It is a place of quiet reverence, where nature speaks directly to the soul. Valbona Pass National Park. Ascending toward the Ionian coast, the Valbona Pass reveals a dramatic panorama. The road twists and turns through pine forests sculpted by the wind, opening into vast, open views over cliffs plunging to the turquoise sea below. In summer, hikers find cool relief among the shadows of the pines. In winter, the pass becomes a silent white expanse, wrapped in clouds. The national park surrounding it is a sanctuary of wildlife. Raptors soar above, while deer and rare endemic plants thrive in protected valleys. Every bend of the road offers a new spectacle, a fleeting yet unforgettable dialogue between mountains and sea. The Albanian Riviera. Stretching from the slopes of Gjirokastër to Saranda, the Albanian Riviera is a sequence of hidden coves, white pebble beaches, and waters shifting from emerald green to deep sapphire. Each village along the coast has its own personality. Small fishing boats bob on calm bays, narrow streets wind through quiet settlements, and olive trees cling to cliffs overlooking the sea. In some places, beaches are alive with summer energy, bars, cafes, and families enjoying the sun. In others, silence dominates, broken only by the whisper of waves and the wind rustling through pine and juniper. The Riviera is not just a coastline, it is a collection of moments, each a small world unto itself. Himara. Nestled among the olive groves and hills, Himara is a village where time slows to match the rhythm of the sea. Whitewashed houses descend toward calm bays, narrow streets echo with local conversation, and small taverns invite you to taste the catch of the day. Higher on the hills, the old village perches with its ancient stone houses, looking down toward the Ionian. Himara feels intimate, a place where history and nature coexist, and every corner invites exploration, whether it's the scent of wild herbs or the view of the sun glinting on the water. Porto Palermo Castle. On a narrow peninsula jutting into the Ionian Sea stands Porto Palermo Castle, built by the legendary Ali Pasha. Its triangular walls rise from the rocky coast, guarding a small bay where the water is calm and deep. Inside, the fortress is austere yet commanding, with thick walls, narrow windows, and echoes of footsteps from centuries past. From the rooftop, the gaze sweeps over the surrounding sea, the coastal road winding between cliffs, and the hills of the Riviera beyond. It is a place where history meets the horizon, a silent testament to strategy, strength, and vision. Saranda. Further south, Saranda opens like an amphitheater along a luminous bay, facing the Greek island of Corfu. Palm-lined promenades, restaurants, and cafes create a lively coastal rhythm, yet just a few steps away, the city's ancient layers reveal themselves, foundations of Greek and Roman settlements, Byzantine mosaics, and Ottoman traces. In the evening, the hills above the city glow with the warm light of homes, olive groves, and the gentle pace of life. Saranda is where modern vibrancy meets the echoes of antiquity, a crossroads of history, culture, and the sea. Samul Islands. A few kilometers south of Saranda, the Samul Islands emerge from the Ionian like tiny jewels. White sand stretches along crystal-clear waters, and small islands are accessible by boat, swim, or kayak. The simplicity of this place is its charm. Fishermen cast nets in shallow bays, families picnic along the shore, and the sun glints off turquoise waves. Out of season, Samul is almost untouched, revealing a pristine beauty that feels like a secret kept between the land, the sea, and the sky. Butrint National Park. At the southern tip of Albania, near the Greek border, Butrint rises from wetlands and lagoons as a testament to millennia of civilization. Once a Greek colony, later a Roman city, then a Byzantine stronghold, its ruins speak in stone, theaters carved into rock, ancient baths, basilicas, and city walls intertwined with verdant vegetation. The surrounding park is alive with wildlife, from birds gliding above reed beds to turtles basking on sunlit banks. Walking here, the past and present coexist, creating a profound sense of continuity between nature and human endeavor. Cape of Rodon. On the western edge of Albania, where the Adriatic Sea stretches endlessly, lies Cape of Rodon, a rugged promontory untouched by time. The land juts dramatically into the water, its cliffs dotted with low shrubs and rosemary, while waves crash softly against hidden coves. Here, the remains of the 15th century Rodoni castle whisper tales of Skanderberg, the national hero, who once defended these shores. Walking along the narrow trails, you feel a serene isolation, wind, salt, and sea accompany your every step, and the horizon stretches wide enough to make worries disappear. Cape of Rodon is a meeting point of history and raw natural beauty, a place where silence speaks volumes. Gjirokastër City. Heading south along the coast, the city of Gjirokastër greets you with a blend of history and modern life. One of the oldest cities in Albania, it was a Roman port, a Byzantine stronghold, and later an Ottoman hub. The amphitheater, partially excavated, evokes echoes of gladiators and ancient crowds, while Roman mosaics whisper the artistry of centuries past. Today, Gjirokastër buzzes with life, palm-lined promenades, cafes spilling onto the streets, fishermen casting nets, and families enjoying the Adriatic breeze. Strolling along the waterfront, you witness the coexistence of old and new, ancient ruins juxtaposed with the laughter and chatter of contemporary city life. Tirana. Finally, the journey culminates in Albania's capital, Tirana, a city of color, rhythm, and surprises. Streets vibrate with life, cafes spilling onto sidewalks, street art transforming walls into galleries, and markets brimming with produce and conversation. Skanderbeg Square stands at the heart of it all, flanked by the National History Museum, the Ethem Bey Mosque, and government buildings. Above the city, Mount Dajt watches silently, its slopes dotted with forests and trails, accessible by cable car for panoramic views. Tirana is alive with contradictions, historical monuments coexist with modern architecture, tranquil parks invite reflection amid bustling streets, and every corner pulses with the energy of a city embracing both tradition and progress. Albania is a land of contrasts and wonders, where mountains meet the sea and history intertwines with nature. From the snow-capped peaks of the north to the sun-drenched beaches of the south, every corner tells a story. Rozafa Castle and Shkodër reveal centuries of legend and resilience, while Lake Ohrid mirrors both natural beauty and ancient life. The Northern Highlands, with Valbona Pass and Theth National Park, offer solitude and breathtaking vistas, a reminder of Albania's untamed spirit. Central Albania, with Berat Old Town, Osumi Canyon, and Permit, showcases a harmony between human history and natural wonder. Cobblestone streets, stone towers, and meandering rivers reflect traditions preserved over generations. The south bursts with color and energy, Gjirokastër Old Town, the Blue Eye Albania Pass, and the Albanian Riviera reveal a vibrant coastline where olive groves, hidden beaches, and turquoise waters invite discovery. Himara, Porto Palermo Castle, Saranda, Samel Islands, and Butrint National Park capture the essence of both history and leisure, blending ancient ruins with scenic tranquility. Along the coast, Cape of Rodon, Gjirokastër, and Tirana showcase Albania's dynamic mix of past and present. Whether wandering historic streets, climbing mountain trails, or gazing at endless horizons, visitors feel the soul of a nation that is resilient, hospitable, and endlessly fascinating. Albania does more than impress the eyes. It touches the heart. Every river, fortress, and village carries its own tale, inviting exploration, reflection, and connection. It is a land that rewards curiosity, a place where adventure meets serenity, and where the memory of its landscapes, history, and people lingers long after the journey ends. Albania is not just a destination, it is an experience, a living story waiting to be discovered.